In this video, let us look at the equations of very simple lines. First, let us try to understand the equation of x-axis. Equation of x-axis. So as we know, x-axis is also a straight line. So what is the equation of x-axis? So if you want to find the equation of x-axis, you should find some algebraic condition which each and every point on this x-axis satisfies. Now first let us try to see what the different points on these x-axis look like. So this is 0, 0. This point is 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, minus 1, 0, minus 2, 0, so on. So these are what the points look like on x-axis. So can you see something which is common to all these points? Do you see some property which is common to all these coordinates? Yes. The y-coordinate of each and every point on this x-axis is equal to 0. So what is the equation of x-axis? It's just the y-coordinate is equal to 0 is the equation of x-axis. That is, every point on this straight line satisfies this equation, and it has to work both ways. If any point satisfies y is equal to 0, does it lie on x-axis? Yes, because y is nothing but the distance of the point from x-axis. So if the distance of the point from x-axis is equal to 0, that means the point lies on x-axis, right? So the equation has to work both ways. That is, if you take any point on the line, it has to satisfy this equation. If you take any point which satisfies this equation, it has to lie on this straight line. Now, what is the equation of y-axis? So if you take different points on y-axis, they look like this: 0, 0. So this point is 0, 1. This point is 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, minus 1, 0, minus 2, so on. 0, minus 1.5, 0, minus root 2, 0, so on. So you can see that all these points have their x-coordinates as equal to 0. So equation of y-axis will be x is equal to 0. That is, what we are saying is the x-coordinate of every point on y-axis is equal to 0. And if the x-coordinate of a point is equal to 0, it has to lie on y-axis, because the meaning of x-coordinate is the distance from y-axis. So the distance from y-axis is equal to 0 implies the point lies on y-axis. Now, the equation of x-axis y is equal to 0. The equation of y-axis is x is equal to 0. You have to remember this. X-axis y is equal to 0. Y-axis x is equal to 0. Reverse. Now, if you take any line which is parallel to x-axis, line parallel to x-axis. If you want the equation of a line parallel to x-axis, as you can see, this is not a sufficient information to fix the line. So there are infinite number of lines which are parallel to x-axis. What is the line that I am talking about? Let us take a particular line. So let us take a line which passes through the point 0, 2 and parallel to x-axis. Now, what does each and every point on this straight line satisfy? Which condition do they satisfy? So as you can see, if you go on this line, let us take some sample points: 0, 2. So this point will be 1, 2. This point will be 2, 2. This point will be 3, 2. So on. This is minus 1, 2. Minus 2, 2. So these are the coordinates of these points. So do you see something which is common to all these coordinates? So as you can very clearly see, the y-coordinate of all these points will be equal to 2. So the equation of a line parallel to x-axis at a distance of 2 units from x-axis, at a distance of 2 units from x-axis above x-axis. Above x-axis is nothing but y is equal to 2. Right? Because each and every point on this line has their y coordinate is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2. What is the English meaning of it? If you take any point on this line, the distance of the point from x-axis will always be equal to 2. Obviously, that's the meaning of parallelity. That means the distance from this line does not change. So if you take a line which is again parallel to x-axis, which is passing through 0, minus 1. Here also the distance from x-axis is 1 unit, but on the negative direction, right? So the equation of the next line will be y is equal to minus 1, right? Y is equal to minus 1. So as you can see, this is y is equal to 2, this is y is equal to 0, this is y is equal to minus 1, so on. If you take different lines, you get y is equal to different numbers. So the equation of line parallel to x-axis looks like y is equal to some constant. And this constant depends on where the line is. This constant depends on where the line is. So if the line is passing through 0, 3, the equation will be y is equal to 3. 0, 4, y is equal to 4. 0, minus 1, y is equal to minus 1. 0, minus 2, y is equal to minus 2. So on. Next, what is the equation of line parallel to y-axis? If you have the equation of a line parallel to y-axis now, as you can see, if the line is passing through 3, 0, that means the distance between these two lines is 3 units. So if you take any point on this line, the distance from y-axis will always be equal to 3 units. What is the distance from y-axis? It's nothing but the x-coordinate. So the x-coordinate of every point on this line will be equal to 3 units. If you take a line parallel to y-axis, which is passing through minus 1, 0, which is passing through minus 1, 0, you can see that this distance from y-axis from any point on this line will be equal to 1 unit in the negative direction. So what is the equation of this line? X is equal to minus 1. So this is x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 3, so on. So what is the general equation of a line which is parallel to y-axis? If a line parallel to y-axis, the equation looks like x is equal to some constant. And again, this constant depends on how far the line is from y-axis and in which direction the line is. On this direction, then the constant will be positive. If the line is going backwards, the number will be negative. So this is about the equations of lines parallel to x-axis and parallel to y-axis. What you need to learn is, if a line is parallel to x-axis, the equation will look like y is equal to some constant. If the line is parallel to y-axis, the equation will look like x is equal to constant. And vice versa. If you have an equation which is y is equal to a, you have to understand that the line is parallel to x-axis. For example, if I give you the equation x is equal to 5 and you're asked to draw this line, x is equal to constant, hence the line is parallel to y-axis. 5 means the line is at a distance of 5 units from the y-axis on the positive side. So 4, 5, the line will be something like this. Thank you.